DeClutter Coach, my team and I help families and businesses cut the clutter, get organized, and lead a more productive and stress-free life. Come along on our journey as we help our clients and find the motivation you need to make positive changes in your life. This is Organization Motivation. Organization Motivation brought to you by JK Lumber. Closed captioning provided by Forever, the world's first permanent online photo storage and sharing service.
Hi, I'm Deb Cabral, the DeClutter Coach. Welcome to this episode of Organization Motivation. It is a cold and, as you can see, windy day here in Syracuse, New York. We're at the historic Barnes-Hiscock Mansion, and we're here today to do a declutter of all the decorations they use in this historic home. Come on in and take a peek. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, welcome.
I'm so excited to be here.
And Betsy and Sue are here. How are
you? Hello.
Hi,
hello. Do come in. Come on in.
Great. We are inside the beautiful and historic Barnes-Hiscock Mansion. I'm with Kristen Earle, who is the executive director of this amazing home.
Hi, thank you so much for coming.
We're so excited to have you here.
I'm so excited you guys are here.
Tell us a little bit about the mansion and how it all came about.
Yeah, sure. So the house was built in 1853, before the Civil War. Right here, Syracuse was booming and big, and this house actually played a really important piece into the Underground Railroad. This house is a stop on the Underground Railroad. There was secret meetings here. George and Rebecca Barnes were ardent abolitionists and were fighting to help abolish slavery. Mm-hmm.
And tell us a little bit about George. He was quite a businessman in the Syracuse area.
Absolutely. He was a Renaissance man. He did all sorts of things. He owned a paper. He had a lumber business that he was shipping lumber back and forth to Canada from Syracuse, and come to find out, they think that he was helping slaves get to freedom in Canada. I mean, really, this guy was a jack of all trades, really important piece of
history.
Yeah, he was part of the Jerry Rescue. He put up a lot of money for bail to help with the Jerry Rescue. He was quite a guy.
Wow. And so they built this beautiful home in 1853.
Yep.
We are standing now in what they called the dining room at the time.
Yes.
Tell us about this amazing place.
Yeah, so the room that we're standing in now is the dining room that they had, and it's been untouched by time. So this room that we're standing in this is what it looked like back during the Civil War. And George Barnes and Rebecca had a daughter who married Judge Hiscock, and then they transformed the rest of the house into a 3-story Georgian colonial.
Wow, so it started as like a farmhouse?
It was a 2-story Italianate villa, which was what kind of houses got built during that time. And then times changed and the turn of the century happened, and then
grand, everybody wanted everything very grand.
Very big, very big. They had to put an elevator in. They were the first ones to put an elevator in and got a lot of notoriety. This was the Hiscocks, and after that, it was the birthplace of Lemoyne College. They held their first year of college campus here right in this house, and then it was the home of the Corinthian Club.
Wow.
Who still exists today.
And some pretty famous people were here. Let's talk about some of the famous people that have either stayed at this home or been through the home.
Yeah, so President Taft has stayed in this house. He slept upstairs in the guest bedroom. It's rumored to be Charles Dickens. We had Elizabeth Cady Stanton come through this house. Really a lot of heavy power players throughout time and history.
American history, and then also for women's rights too, Susan B. Anthony, along with Elizabeth, so amazing. So about this room, talk to us about these beautiful murals in stained glass. How did they come here?
Sure, so the murals that you're seeing behind us were imported from Italy. They're hand painted, they were rolled up and sent over from Italy. The craftsmanship that you see with the walls was all done here within the house and hand carved.
And the stained glass is beautiful as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite a treasure to not be touched by time.
This is a wonderful place where they hold just amazing events all year long to help raise money to keep this house going. Let's briefly talk about the fact that we almost lost this beautiful home.
Yeah, so it is expensive to keep this place going, and we have about $1.5 million in renovations that we have to do, and so it was hard gathering enough funds to keep this place going. But we kind of turned a corner and we got close to losing it, but now we're ramping up and we're doing really great things. This has probably been one of the most amazing years for the foundation.
That's amazing. And Kristen's being very modest. She actually, it's a very cool story how she came about. She was ready to accept a job in Portland, Oregon, and actually came here, and they really weren't looking for an executive director. They were ready to close and board this beautiful place up. And they had some folks that really understand paranormal activity, and they had them in, and they had a psychic in, and she told Kristen that this house has friendly spirits here, and that they actually selected you to save the home.
This is what they told me, and it was kind of mind-boggling, a little freaky, but mostly exciting that that the spirits had chosen me to kind of help lead this place into the future, you know, and honoring our past. So yeah, it's freaky and very cool.
Well, during the declutter while we're working, you're going to hear little tidbits and see different parts of the room and see some photos and history, but we're really excited to help them organize all of the beautiful decorations they have. Now, I was here at Christmas time. Every single room is just impeccably decorated. They have events and different fundraising things, and it's just amazing, but everything's kind of all shoved in one room. So we're here today to organize all of their holiday decorations so that next year they can access them very, very quickly. Well, Kristen, I'm really excited to see the space. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, we're a very small staff, and so after an event, we just shove everything in. We're just kind of, you know, okay, the event's over, and this is what it is, so hopefully you guys can help. It's pretty messy upstairs. So.
Well, we are ready to take on this challenge.
Okay, let's show you.
So, Kristen, take us to your decoration room.
All right, it's kind of a mess.
This is the decoration room. Wow, we got a lot of stuff in here, Kristen.
So I just got my first glance at the Christmas decoration storage room that we're going to be decluttering today. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty overwhelming. Quite a bit of stuff.
Coming up on Organization Motivation, we start the declutter at the Barnes Mansion in Syracuse, New York. But first, you'll see one of my practice sessions for this year's Dancing with Our Stars competition. It's the 7th annual event, and the proceeds go to benefit the George and Rebecca Barnes Foundation that owns the mansion. That and more when we come back. Follow us on Instagram at the DeClutter Coach.